And welcome back. Marches and speeches draw attention, but they only accomplish so much unless steps to enact change are taken. One local group is taking those steps. They've been doing so for weeks. They have an organized plan to help end systemic racism long after the marches end. I caught up with their main organizer via Zoom to get the details.
Now it's been a moment that's been a lot about bringing voice to the injustices that folks feel. But in addition to that, I think that this moment is calling for the action that follows up the voice.
Do you feel that your message is getting through? Are they receptive to your message and understanding why you're doing what you're doing, or are you getting pushback?
When it comes to movement building and when it comes to this space of societal transformation, you're always going to have your people that are on your side. You're going to have your allies, the people that you don't even have to explain that systemic racism exists, that injustice exists. They just know. And I think there is an overwhelming number of people who maybe always knew this all along, but now they're sparked to actually act on this knowledge. But of course, on the other end, we definitely have pushback, right? Folks who either have the blinders on or, you know, due to their own upbringing, due to their own conditioning, they do not recognize how systemic racism impacts people. But we're not really focused on those who don't agree with us. We're more so focusing on organizing and channeling the energy of the people that are paying attention, the people that know that injustice is happening, but aren't quite sure what to do, how to participate, what role they play. I think much more of our energy is being channeled into making sure that folks who do agree with us know what they can do in order to be a part of this movement and a part of the change.
Let's talk about what happens now after the 45 days of change ends. You told me on the phone yesterday that you have some really concrete action steps to enact. Speak to those.
Last week we were pushing, and we're continuing to push the petition to make sure that African American history is taught in all schools in Louisiana, and so we're going to continue to do that around education and social justice. We're continuing to do work around voter registration and mobilization. KTAL specifically has a high number of voters registered, but a low turnout consistently at the polls. So we're making sure that we're calling organizations to develop election day plans. Beyond that, we're making sure that finally we can get a disparity study to understand what is the environment for minority and business owners of color here in this community, and what type of program do we need to design, or what programs are already in existence that can help diversify and help with the representation of minority business owners in this community. We're program rich, but we're system poor. So beyond the 45 days, we've got to have the manpower. We've got to have the capacity to be able to pull together these different pieces.
Somebody who's watching this at home, maybe for the first time, and is moved to act, to actually do something, what do you recommend they do?
I recommend that they visit the Facebook page, 45 Days of Action. Follow that page. Each day we're updating our actions for the day. There they can sign up to volunteer on that page. They can donate if they're interested in giving. They can just join the discussion because the education piece is huge. A lot of folks feel it again, but don't know exactly what to do. We're doing lots of political education as we do this work as well, connecting the dots and understanding who has the keys, who has the power to help us make these changes.
Now, speaking of action, what happens beyond the protests? Up next, we hear from Shreveport's mayor and police chief about how they're tackling police reform. But first, Markel Sinnett shares part of her story.
Growing up, I know when I went to a popular department store in my hometown, my mother, along with the rest of my family, we would be followed. So those are experiences other people might not ever understand, and I don't want anyone to discredit our stories. And I'm willing to have an open dialogue with anyone, because I understand if you didn't go through what I went through, some of the images that you see on the news or on television, you might not understand.